turns out with Donald Trump, the stupidest version of events is oftentimes the real version of events. It's unbelievable. This was the gift to Trump. Trump's gift from Iran was limited tanker passage of non-U.S. Oh my God, I called this. Oh my God. Remember I said this? I said yesterday, if you go back to the footage from yesterday, I literally fucking said, I'm willing to bet that they are looking at what Iran did as far as safe passage to non-hostile nations, and they're treating it as though this was an assurance that they secured from Iran. Oh my God. Oh my God, they're so fucking stupid. Iran did something yesterday that was amazing. They gave us a present worth a tremendous amount of money. It arrived today, President Trump said at the Oval Office on Tuesday. According to a U.S. official and a senior Arab diplomat cited by the Times of Israel, he was referring to Tehran allowing a limited number of non-U.S., non-Israeli fuel tankers to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. What is this? How can you read this as anything but an act of desperation from a country that previously was thought to be the most competent superpower on the planet that can dominate any country as long as they choose to dominate them, a country that is refusing to recognize the realities on the ground, a country that is actually coping. That's what is going on right now. We're not only failing to dominate Iran militarily, we are trying to take the L's that Iran is delivering to us, to the American government, as W's. This was not a gift that was given to the United States of America. Okay? If anything, this actually further exposes that America is a paper tiger. This means Iran is setting the terms. And the very fact that Donald Trump would try to stupidly, in the dumbest ways possible, claim this is a massive victory for himself is unbelievable. Yesterday, when I said this, I was like, that would be the stupidest version of events. And it turns out with Donald Trump, the stupidest version of events is oftentimes the real version of events. It's unbelievable. The move came after Washington, via intermediary countries, reportedly asked Iran for a goodwill gesture to test it was speaking to actors in a position of power as it claims it seeks a diplomatic off-ramp to the unprovoked war it launched in late February. Analysts cited by TOI said the gift had only a modest impact on global oil markets, if that, and does not amount to a major concession. Yeah, my wife's not cheating on me with a tennis instructor. I let her bang him. The sneako technique. I'm a cuck, but I enjoy it. That type of shit. This reeks of desperation, folks. Very, very difficult to see this as anything but desperation. Incredible. Haven't they allowed friendly ships for weeks now? Yes. And they also signaled that they were going to open up the Strait of Hormuz to non-hostile entities as long as they pay for safe passage, pay a toll for safe passage weeks prior to the revelation. So it's this is not, in my opinion, this is nothing to do with Donald Trump securing any sort of concessions from the Iranian side at all. This is so stupid. They let through 5 or 6 tankers and made them pay to do it in an agreement that had nothing to do with the U.S. It sounds like Trump's people told him an unrelated Iranian act was a gesture of goodwill. Iranian action was a gesture of goodwill to manipulate him into taking an off ramp. And if that's the case, they should do it, for the record. But the problem in that situation is that Iran still holds all the cards. And therefore, if Donald Trump thinks that there's de-escalation that could take place when Iran, doesn't back away from the fight, what is he supposed to do, right? The U.S. official tells Times of Israel that when Washington began passing on messages to Iran over mediators over the weekend in order to test whether a diplomatic off-ramp to the war was possible, it asked Tehran to make a gesture of goodwill. In response, Iran agreed to allow a number of fuel tankers that weren't tied to the U.S. or Israel through the Strait of Hormuz in order to help calm global markets, the Arab official says. The Arab official acknowledged that the safe passage of a small number of tankers is not likely to have a significant or long-term impact on global oil prices, a concession that Iran is not yet prepared to offer while U.S. and Israeli strikes continue. The limited impact of the present allows why Trump avoided specifying exactly what it was, an Arab official says. The White House does not immediately respond to a request for comment. Mahdi Mohammed, an Iranian national security analyst, says, "We are counting the minutes until we meet the Americans of the Persian Gulf for the sake of our master's fallen body." for the mutilated bodies of the dear girls and boys of Minop School, and for the revenge that since that cursed night of the 1398, we have awakened every morning. Our thoughts come sooner, you bastards. I mean, the attitude from the Iranian side has been pretty close to that. Saeed Jalili, the Supreme Leader's representative to the Supreme National Security Council Secretariat, says the people of Iran know full well that one cannot trust an enemy. The experiences of recent years are clear testimony to this reality. For America, negotiations has been, above all else, a tool for deception. And this is something that is also highlighted by Arakshi as well, this attitude that Iran is not going to stop until they have established complete military deterrence, until they have found the damage that they've done to be sufficient enough for America to concede to their very understandable demands. The demands that they've identified, the demands that they've communicated over and over again. And every, let's just say every plane that gets shot down, like every time there's more damage incurred by the American force or the Israeli forces is an instance where they're moving towards that military deterrence. Iran threatens to attack on regional country if Iranian island is occupied. Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Bakr Kalibaf said on Wednesday that intelligence suggests enemies are planning to occupy an Iranian island with support from regional country, which he did not name. Iranian forces are monitoring enemy movements, and if they take any step, we will attack vital infrastructure in the regional country in continuous and relentless attacks. So this, once again, shows, at least it gives a little bit of insight into what kind of initiatives they might take in response. And I think from the American side, we're not really seeing anything good, right? We're not seeing a sign of progress. If progress in this circumstance means de-escalation from the American side, we're not seeing that at all. Representative Nancy Mace says, just walked out of a House Armed Services briefing on Iran. Let me repeat, I will not support troops on the ground in Iran, even more so after this briefing. This is dangerous. It's very dangerous. Prem Tucker says, we may be on the brink of severe escalation in Iran. If you work in any level of government or the military and have any info to share or are simply exposed to anything relevant at all, please text on Signal at Prem Tucker .35. Your anonymity will be protected. Take care. Just so you know, you got some info. You can leak it to our boy, Prem Tucker at Zeteo News. He is reliable. He's trustworthy. He's a great journalist.